Hello class, Mr. Stone here. The problem I have for today's lesson actually came from one of my good students. It's their homework page. Okay, so we're just going to run through that, and I was going to do these online so you can kind of see how I solve these. Okay, now, you got a couple different things. If this was a test or a quiz, okay, I'd look at it different than the homework, okay? I'd almost be looking at this as a test or quiz. This looks like I got a lot of work. Actually, as you go down, I got a lot of problems, okay? I'd maybe just kind of skim over this to say, hey, can I answer some of these real fast, or at least I got these down, because you don't want to lose some points because you never got through this, okay? And this does look like I'll just go down to number 4 here. Is the function increasing or decreasing? Well, I can see A to D, it's going up and to the right. They're going all towards positive numbers. This tells me it's increasing. I'd write down increasing real fast. I'd just go on to the next and skim through, move through this real fast, okay? And then I come back and say, hey, I'm going to settle down. I'm going to do this whole thing. Okay, and that's how I'd handle this if this was a test or a quiz. But being a homework, that means this is a practice for a test or a quiz. Okay, so you got to do every single one of these. Okay, so let's just start at number 1. Okay, the print on the problems might be a little hard to read because it is a screenshot that the student sent me. But I'm going to read through this so you can see it. Okay, it says, number 1, draw a straight line through the points. Okay. Then draw right triangles above the graph straight line. So we're going above, okay? One between point A, B, and another between B, C. So they didn't say another C, D yet, okay? Determine the rise for both triangles. Label each with rise and the correct numerical direction, okay? So, hey, let's do that. Let's draw a straight line. Okay, so we started at A, and we, look, let me get this pen going. Pen. Okay, start at number A and we go straight up. Hey, that's a pretty straight line. Okay, so now I have to draw the triangles. Okay, so I go up like this, and I go over, and I go up, and I go over. Okay, now to get the rise and the run, okay, they say the rise, I'm going to write them both. Okay, so I got my pen going. Okay, so I count up how many blocks I went up. Let's see the first one. I went up 5. So I'd write 5 down. How many did I go over? I went over 6. Okay. How many did I go up in the next one? I just counted 5. So I count 5 there. And how many did I go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over. Okay. So I got that. Okay. I could write, let's just write the points too so you get in the habit of this, okay? This looks like it's, let's see, we're at -9. So I write a -9, a little comma, and it's another -9, okay? So I'm all the way over the negative sides. And I put a little bracket around it. Let's see on the number B, okay? Let's see where I am. I'm on -3, comma, -4. Brackets. Okay, number C, what's that? Okay, let's see. Positive. So I'm +3. Okay, and +1. Okay, number D. I got 9 and I got a 6. I'm counting them up. 9, 6. Okay, the way you put these down, you put X, Y. That's how it goes, okay? X, Y. Just like the alphabet. X comes before Y, X comes before Y. Okay, now, sometimes students get a little confused. Hey, which line's the X one, which line's the Y one? Okay, this one's the X one, and this one's the Y one. Okay, the way I kind of always remembered it, like when I was younger, is X, cross the paper. Okay, X went right across. Okay, so I'd always remember the one that goes across was X. So that means the other one's Y. Okay, but when you write the points down, you point them X, Y. Okay, so hey, we already got now the rise and the run. Okay, this is the rise, rise, and this is the run. And that's the run. The rise is how many going up, it rises. The run, how many going right to left, okay? So that's how you do it, okay? Now, is this function increasing? I'm just going to write I and C, okay? Increasing. How do you know? It's going to the positive numbers, it's going up to the right. Up to right. Okay? Now, find the slope, okay? So they're looking for the slope. So the slope is rise over run. They were even telling you that right there, okay? So we got 5 over 6. Rise 5 over 6. That's the slope. Equals slope. Okay, the way this works on the slope now, if this happened to be 10 over 12, you have to reduce it, okay? You bring it down to the smallest number, which 5 over 6 can't be reduced anymore, so that's the slope, okay? Now I'm going to push this up, and you, if you got scrap paper, why don't you copy this down and write my graph, okay? Because the way, there's a lot of problems, so the graph doesn't repeat itself, okay? So at least you know where I'm at there. I'll come back to it a little, okay, so you can see it. Okay, now it says find the slope. B and C they want. Okay, B and C. Well, hey, I just know it's 5, 6. It's the same thing. Okay, because I wrote it down already. Okay, so I'm a little ahead of myself. I like to be ahead of myself anyway. 5, 6 equals slope. Wow, they get the same one. Okay, now, okay, are these two triangles similar or congruent? Okay, part of the thing I know, these are congruent because they're identical, okay? They got the same 5 and 6, 5 and 6. They're the same thing, okay? So, you got 3 different triangles you can have like on this, okay? You can have similar, congruent, or neither, okay? Now, similar would be that it's the same shape and angles. It's just shrunk or bigger, okay? It's the same thing though, okay? They look the same. They're identicals, okay? They're just different sizes. Congruent, they're identical all over the place. Everything's the same, okay? And neither means, hey, one side might be 12, and one side might be 4. You know, another triangle might have, 12, 6, and the other triangle might be 1, 2, okay? So, that's probably a wrong one because you reduce the 12, 6 down, the 6 over 12, you get 1, 2. But they're not, everything isn't, nothing's equal to them. They look different, okay? They're totally different, okay? So these two are congruent, okay? Congruent, okay? Congruent, okay? So I wrote that down, okay? So now you have down the similar, the congruent, and the neither, okay? The similar, they look alike, but they're just different shape. They're different sizes. Congruent means they look identical. They are identical. Everything's the same, okay? And neither means, hey, these things ain't even this. They don't even look the same. Nothing looks the same, okay? Okay, now, does the direction of the graph correspond to the sign calculated slope? Yes, okay? They're positives. Yes. Yes. Positive. Okay? Yes, positive. Okay? Now, they want you to draw one between B and D. Okay, B and D. So let's go back to this. Okay, they want you to draw one B and D. So let's see. Hey, we're going to go up this way. Okay, B and D. And we're going to go across. Okay, now, let's count these marks. Okay, what do we get here? I got 10. 10. And what do I got here? I got 12. Just counted that. 12. Okay, so the rise over the run. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, now the rise over the run is going to be 10 over 12. 10 over 12. You can reduce it. Remember that. 5 over 6. Hey, I think we got the same thing. Okay, this is the same thing. So then it says, determine for the triangle, the rise or the run. Okay, it's harder to read this, but show your work. Okay, so it's 10 over the 12 equals 5 over 6 equals slope. Okay, there's the work for there. Okay, now they want to know, is it congruent? Yes, I already know because the thing's 5 over 6. It's the same. It's the same. It's not congruent. It's similar. Okay, because it's the same shape. It's just different. Okay, it's not identical. So it's similar. Okay, similar. Larger. I'm going to write the word larger. Okay, it's just a larger triangle. Okay, so we get that. And hey, that's it for that one. Now Now we're down to a different type, okay? Now it says, use the graph to answer the questions, okay? Let's see. Now the number 14, draw a straight line through the points. Then draw one right triangle above the graph between FE, and draw a second between GE. So hey, I'm going to draw a straight line down. Oh. But I always notice something's different, okay? You see, I'm drawing down now. I'm not drawing up, okay? So this is telling me this is going to be negative, okay? Because I'm going down. I'm going into negative numbers, okay? So, let's count these, okay? I'm going to write, it's going to be x is 3, negative 3, and it's a 6. So put a little mark there. It's negative 1, and a negative 1. A little mark there, okay? Now what do I get? I got a positive on the x. I got a 1, and I got a negative 8. So now they want you to draw this here. So I draw this straight down, okay? Then they want me to draw this straight down. Oh, I got my two triangles here, okay? So hey, let's count my blocks over, okay? I got a 2, and what do I down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven. 6, yep, 7. Now let's count the other ones. I got 1, 2. So I get rise is 7 over 2. And that's a negative. Okay, negative. Okay. Now the other one, let's count the other one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, negative 7. And when I go over 1, 2, whoop, you know what this is? This is 8. I was having trouble reading that. That's a number 8 there, okay? That's negative 8, okay? I counted it as negative 7, okay? So it's negative. It's a little, like I said, it's a little blurry here, okay? But we got to figure it out, okay? So now, so I get the slope on the top one is negative 7 over 2, so that's the slope. And the other one can be broken down to negative 4 over 1, or negative 4. Okay, the top can't really be broken down at all, okay, because it's 2, 1, 2, and that's correct. Like I said, it's hard. I wish it wasn't as blurry as it is, but that's the way you get. Okay, 3 to 1. Yep. Okay. So, correct numerical distance. I did that. Determine the run for each triangle. I did that. Is the function increasing, decreasing? It's decreasing. I wish this wasn't as blurry, but hey, as long as you get the gist of how this works, okay? Because this is a tad different than the other one because we're going into a negative. Okay, how do you know it's going down? Down. They're going down to negatives. Down to negatives. Okay. Find the slope. We already did that. Okay. Show your work. So we got, let's get back. We got 7 over 2 and 4 over 1. Between point F and E. 7 over 1. So this is 7 over 1. And it's negative. And this is 8 over 2. Equals slope. Okay. Does the graph correspond to the sign of a calculated shape? and I'd say yes, it's a triangle. Triangle. Are they similar or congruent? Okay, they're neither. Okay, they're different shapes. They're different sizes. They're neither. Okay, and that's basically it. Like I said, I wish these words were better, but hey, but you can kind of get the gist of it. You got one at the top, it's going for positive. The one at the bottom is going for negative. And that's basically it. But as I said, what I'd do is, if this was a quiz, I'd get down and see if I could answer some of these real fast. Okay, here's a decrease and increase. Hey, I get that real fast. I can see that one's increasing. At the bottom, I'd probably answer the one that say, hey, it's decreasing. I can see it's going down the in towards negative numbers. Okay, hopefully this can help you, and you get better grades in your test, and that's what it's all about. Thank you very much. You have a great day now. Bye-bye.